and welcome to Studio Nicole. I am so glad that you're here with me today. I am several weeks behind on my weekly journaling. I've just been super busy and I took me a while to get caught up with the Amsterdam trip, and now I am working on pretty much all of June and now part of July. Um so I have June 2nd to June 8th, June 9 to 15, 16 to 22nd, 23 to 29. Oh my gosh, it's so many weeks. 30th to the 6th. Yeah, this is where we are right now. When I'm recording this, at least I'm in the beginning of this week. So I guess 4 weeks and maybe a couple of days. I don't necessarily have to do this week yet. So I have my journal. I have photos, and I wanted to show these. These are just regular printer paper. They're not like super fancy. Um, I did print these on regular size paper, and this one is actually printed on legal because I didn't want to waste two sheets, but I had a little bit of extra at the bottom that wasn't going to fit. I have just a running Google Doc, and I copy photos in from my Google Photos, and I just paste them into my Google Doc, kind of resize them. Some pictures I want to print a little bit bigger, some I'm okay printing, smaller. Um, I'm going to go through and pause the recording and just cut all of these out. You don't have to watch me cut them all out, but I just use, just a regular pair of scissors. These are actually designed to reduce hand fatigue. So they don't actually look like regular scissors, but they just work like scissors. I just cut these out. And then probably what I will do is I will go into my calendar on my phone and line up these photos with which week they belong to. My typical process is to do this on Sunday-ish. And so the week is pretty fresh in my mind, and I only have 1 week's worth of photos at a time. This particular case is pretty atypical. I don't usually get this far behind. I just had a lot going on. So I have my journal, I have my photos, I have quite a bit of just like paper, ephemera, some price tags, and a um, wristband, and some things that I want to incorporate into my pages. I have my scissors, and I have just a Yoo-Hoo glue stick and my Pilot G2, which is the pen that I most often use. So I'm just going to uh, go ahead and start getting through this. That's all I can do, right? I feel a little bit overwhelmed being so many weeks behind, but I'm not going to get caught up unless I sit down and do it. So the longer I put it off, the worse it's going to get, right? So I will be back in a few minutes with these all cut out, and you guys can just hang out with me while I do this. Sounds good to me. I am back, and I have cut all of my images out and sorted them by week. I just used these little vellum envelopes because I happen to have a bunch of them handy. So I just grabbed one for each week, and then I have one for things that I saved that don't have a specific week that could maybe go in, like just little sayings or things that I saved from Pinterest that kind of spoke to me. I often cover the inside and outside covers of my, or the front and back inside covers, sorry, of my art journal with sayings and things. So these would be for that. And I have not very much for the week of 6/2 to 6/8. It was the week I came back from Amsterdam from the trip. And I really just kind of recovered that week from the traveling. I did go back to work for the last few days of the semester. Um, So I just didn't do a whole lot that week. So there's only a few things here. I have quite a bit more for the next week, 6/9 to 6/15. But then things really get crazy. Well, 6/15 has Father's Day on there. So there is some stuff from Father's Day. And I had a dermatology appointment, and anyway, there's some stuff in there for that week. But this week is where things get really crazy. This was my youngest son's 19th birthday, and so we went to a local go-kart park and did go-karts. And then that weekend, we actually used tickets from almost 2 years ago from Christmas to go to a local wildlife park. So I have a lot of pictures and a lot of like ephemera from this week. And then there's actually a lot of stuff for this week as well, the 23rd to the 29th. I feel like my summer is finally sort of getting started, and I'm starting to add things on my schedule. And, I went and hung out with my sisters, and I've had lunch with a couple of friends. And today I went on a bike ride, and last night we were playing D&D. And so I'm starting to get into my summer schedule and put lots of, fun stuff on my calendar. So it's going to get busier as we go. This is the week of the 30th through the 6th. So right now, this is the week that I'm currently in. I've saved a couple of things already. I had photos from just the last couple of days, so I printed those out so that I would have. I also have some big pieces that can either take up space on the page, or they can act as like a flap or a flip. If I, for example, have a lot of stuff that I need to use, this is the wildlife park. So this one would go with this week. This one I'm thinking will go the week that I came back, because it's kind of about work and, thinking about whether or not my work is, aligned with sort of where I want to be in life. And at the end of the semester, I do think that there's some reflection that happens in thinking about what I'm doing and whether this is what I want to be doing, and what, can I be doing differently in the future. And so anyway, I think that that's going to go well with that week. And then this is this came out of a book. I'm not even sure which book it was, but I had torn it out, and it was tucked into my journal from before I went on the trip. So I'd like to go ahead and use it for one of these weeks. It will never rain roses. When we want to have roses, we must plant more roses. And I kind of love that, just as a reminder that we have to make things happen for ourselves when we want things to happen. And that sort of feels to me like this YouTube journey. I'm only about 2 weeks in. I've recorded probably 20 videos, and I've edited maybe 11. And there are some days where it feels like a lot, and I've had every technology problem under the sun, but I'm just sticking with it and plugging along. And I think that this is gonna kind of capture that thinking. So I might put that with this week, because I think this is the week. No, maybe not. Maybe it was this week. This is the week that I officially launched and made my page public. I'll think about that, since I already have this on this week. I am probably going to just speed this up as I go through. I might just do 1 week in the video, and we will see where we go. I am back. I glued in all of my photos for the day. I added in a few little tucks into this little pocket, did some journaling on the back of this tag. I wrote on this is my Epson. I cut out the front of the box. This is the first time that I bought ink for this printer in 18 months. I was very excited about that. That's why I bought the Epson EcoTank to begin with. So I'm glad that it worked out that way. I did some journaling, added a few stickers. I'm not really exactly sure what I want to fill in here. I might just write something about how I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing. I wish someone would come along and give me a life report card. I have wanted that for probably my whole life. Um, and so when I saw this in the journal, I thought it was perfect and I stuck it in here. But now I am tasked with filling it out, and that is not my strength, which is funny because I'm a teacher. So I grade students all day long, but I don't quite know how to. Um, apply that to myself sometimes. I think I'm always harder on myself, than I would be on anyone else. Anyway. Picture of my lovely cat. See if I can get this a little closer so you can see what's on the page. Picture of my cat laying on my desk. The word optimism because I need to keep that in mind. Of course, I got sick on my way home from Amsterdam and spent the week after eating soup and recovering. A little picture of my journal spread out on my desk as I was getting ready to film my first video back. Um, so you can't really see much in that picture, but that is my to-do list when I came back to work after the trip. Put a little bit of journaling over here. This saying is, I am under no obligation to make sense to you. And I put that in because it's kind of a running joke between my husband and I. He is constantly telling me that I don't make any sense to him, which is fine, right? I'm allowed. I am under no obligation to make sense. Um, yeah, we're just such different people that I totally get it. Um, I thought that this was, let's see. I don't know if I can get it says jobs fill your pocket and adventures fill your soul. And I kind of stuck that on here this week because it does relate to the journaling that I did. Is your work aligned with your aspirations? And I did some journaling on the back. I am a teacher and I am fulfilled and content with what I'm doing, but I do wish that I had more creativity in my everyday life, which is why my art practice is so important to me. It's why I've started teaching a couple of nights a month at a local studio, and why I'm starting this art channel to kind of get more involved in a community of people who do what I do. So I thought this was great here. And then down at the bottom, the last little thing are just some books and Parks and Rec, which I have been binge watching. It's it's a comfort show for me. I don't have to think too hard. I can just kind of zone out and crack up laughing. So that is this week done. I am probably going to stop here before I move on and do any of the rest because it's getting kind of late at night. And I will be back, and hopefully tomorrow. Maybe I'll just be able to knock out all of the days that I'm missing, and we'll be all caught up. We'll see. Hello, and welcome back to Studio Nicole, or just welcome back to this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to start a brand new video or just combine this with the one I did last night. I really want to get through my weekly creative journaling. I'm about 3 weeks behind, and so I'm trying to just catch up. And if I pop this on like super fast speed, and just do a page at a time, I might just put it all in one video just so I can get caught up. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I am going to go ahead and start working on June 9th through June 15th. This does include Father's Day Um, I have quite a few pictures from this week. Um, yeah, so I have quite a bit of stuff to include. I have the logo. This was a air freshener from my husband's car, and I tore it in half, kind of tore off the back of it so that it wouldn't be as thick as a typical air freshener. He left it on my desk when he changed out air fresheners because he thought I would like it for my journal, and he's not wrong. So that is definitely going to make it onto the page here. I kind of like that this rose sort of themes in with this rose. So I'm not sure exactly where or how I want this. I might do it like this. Since I have this big paper down at the bottom, I might put this at the top. I also like the ripped edge. I thought about trimming it, but then it's going to be off center, and I don't actually mind the ripped edge. So I do have quite a few pictures this week, and so I want to give myself like room to write on the back of this. Although, yeah, I'll probably just cover up the writing prompt that's on the back there. It's about anxiety, and while I definitely do have anxiety, that is not really what I want to be writing about this week. I want to be writing about what was going on during the week. I am going to use clear tape, just regular Scotch tape, nothing special. Um, I find that it sticks really well typically. And then if I want to go back and put washi tape over top of it, I can do that. Um, but this way I don't have to trust the washi. I think I want to pull in some threads, maybe these hearts. Okay, I really like the colors of that. It was kind of a mess to get it off of the roll of tape, but all right, it worked. It's there. I usually try to bring in washi in a couple of different places. So like I might also put a strip of it down here or something, just to pull the design across the page. But this tape was such a nightmare to use. I'm not sure if I will do that or not. Sure. I I like the string on this, but it might be a distraction, like if I have pictures and stuff behind it. So I might cut the string off. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just tighten the string and glue it kind of under so that the string is just really short. That would make more sense. Okay, I might do that. But first I want to figure out where these pictures are going to go. This was Tuesday of that week. My son got the Nintendo Switch 2, and we all played Mario Kart together. My older son, he just turned 21, but he is absolutely a gamer. And just as a family, we enjoy Mario Kart together. So we all did that. This is me editing. I really want this one, that's just a picture of my husband and the boys, to be visible. Maybe I'll do that like that. I want that one to be visible without having to flip. This is me working on my channel, which launches the very next day. June 16th was when I made it public. So maybe I'll have that there. These are both like I was working on videos and editing. This is the art space where I teach. All right, I have Mario Kart there. Maybe I'll do Mario Kart here. Let's see, over here. I'll put the art class up here. I was biking quite a bit this week. I thought I might use my bike, my wooden bike stamp that I got when I was in Amsterdam. I thought that that might be cute. And then, this sandwich from Patty's is phenomenal. There used to be one of these in the town where I work, but they closed a while ago, and so now the only one around is about an hour away. And I was in the area for a dermatology appointment, and so I stopped and got myself a sandwich from them. And it was the highlight of my day. It was so good. So, yes, I could do that. Right there. I'll glue this in over here, and then I'll have some room for stickers, and that's what I'm gonna do. This is where we're gonna go. Maybe I'll put that up, and then I'll do the stamp at the bottom. Will it fit down there? It will. Okay. Only thing left are the books that I read this week. I get to this one first and then this one. So if I do that, then I'll need to kind of rearrange. I did this over here like I originally had it and put this up here. Then I can put the pictures, the bike, and then the bike stamp. Okay, I think I've got it. Gonna speed you up super fast while I do all of this gluing, or maybe I might just pause it and come back. Okay, I'm back and everything is glued in where I want it. I now want to spend some time picking out stickers. Maybe I'm gonna try to stamp this. I was thinking that I might be better off stamping this onto maybe tissue paper or something and then gluing it down because the book doesn't really sit flat. And this is, I mean, it's wood, so it's not very flexible. It's not going to give a good impression if it's not on a flat surface. So, all right, there we go. We got our little bicycle. I just thought the little woodcut stamp was so cute. I got it from an open air market on Museumplein in Amsterdam when I was there. And I absolutely love to bike. And obviously, Amsterdam is iconic for biking. So I thought it was the perfect little, souvenir. That's the word I'm looking for. So I did some biking this week and I am including that in my weekly journal. I think this might have been my first bike ride of the season here. Just because May was so incredibly busy with events and travel, and the weather was kind of weird. And yeah, so I think this might have actually been my first bike ride here. I biked in the Netherlands, but this might have been my first bike ride of the season. I have since biked 1,000 times, it feels like. Not really. It's only been a couple weeks. That was well. I'll go through some stamps. I just grabbed kind of some random sticker books. I don't know. I wonder if I have anything that says Father's Day. just already used the Father's Day stickers. I haven't bought new stickers in a long time. I'm just kind of I bought a ton of these from a lady on Facebook Marketplace a few years ago. She had probably 20 sticker books and she was selling the whole lot for 40 bucks. And if you have ever bought Happy Planner sticker books, that was a hell of a deal. So I drove almost an hour away to go get them from her because I was like, yes, can I pick them up right now before someone else gets them? So I haven't bought any new sticker books really in a long time. I mean, obviously I will buy them if I find them on clearance because, that's just who I am. But otherwise I haven't bought any new ones, so I may not have anything that says Father's Day. Might have to just write in the caption. Happy Father's Day. Kind of like work hard and keep going because both of these I have run into so many technical difficulties trying to get this YouTube channel up and going. You would not believe it if I tried to sit here and tell you all of the stuff that has gone wrong. It is unbelievable. I am starting to believe that I am cursed when it comes to technology because every single piece of the process, from connecting my phone to my computer and the recording software not picking up input, uh my audio system completely crashed. I've been through 4 different microphones and 3 different webcams, and then my editing software started crashing. So the last few weeks have been definitely, I'm going to probably do more journaling about that in the next couple of weeks as well, because this has been like 2 or 3 weeks of just like wanting to pull my hair out. But I am working hard and I'm going to keep going because I know that now is the time to do this while I'm home for the summer and I have like the mental energy to expend to get this all figured out and work out the bugs and get it to a point where it's smooth and it works easily. If I tried to do this while the semester was going, I would give up and quit and it wouldn't happen. So I really need to get it to a place right now where it is smooth, so that once the fall semester starts, I can just keep going because I will have already put things in place and already like learned the skills and what have you. So that is why I'm going to put must do up here. This is like a productivity sticker book. I'm sure there's stuff in here that I'm going to say long term because that is kind of the plan here, is for me to set this up as a long term project so that it's sustainable. Mhm. I might do. I like don't stress, do your best, and forget the rest. I am trying to do that, although it is stressful. Anyway, I'm gonna just put that there. Okay, just a little reminder to just a little reminder to myself to stress about this. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? We're all beginners sometime. There's all those little phrases that I can use to remind myself. Ooh, caffeine and confidence. I kind of like that, but maybe that's going to be a different day. I need to remember that that's in there. It's okay. What else do we have? Maybe time to relax on the Mario Kart. I kind of love these. I don't know if you can see some of the words. Your jealousy is showing. I really don't care. Not happening. Couldn't even care. Whoops. Unfriended. Unfollowed. Wine o'clock. This is my judgy sticker. Not in my lifetime. I like these because I find that most of these Happy Planner brand stickers are aggressively optimistic and like chirpy and smiley and bright. And that is not realistic. I don't think it's certainly not realistic for me. Um, and so this is definitely more my style. Like I wasn't rude to anyone today. Like, yay, give myself a sticker. So, which pack is whoa. So this comes from, I had just pulled it out of this in case you are interested. This is, it looks like Chrissy Ann Designs. Um, yeah, just celebrate your life. I don't see like a particular theme or whatever for this. It just says sticker booklet. So I don't know what else there is. But I will say this, there are 10 sheets and the words are all the same on all of them. They're just different. Like this one is silver, this one is black, this one is rainbow with silver words, this one's rainbow with white words, rainbow with black words. So you really only get these words. You don't get 10 different pages of words, but you get them in all different designs. Um, so yeah, so if you were looking for some sarcastic stickers, this is maybe a good one to try out. But I wasn't feeling very sarcastic this week. So I don't um yeah, I don't have anything that I think I can use on that one this week. I was feeling aggressively optimistic, I guess. So let's do good things here by this Patty's sandwich because that made my day. Let's do a hello today sticker and cover up some of these words. I can do a little flower to the right to finish covering up the rest of those words. Let's call it a day because we played Mario Kart late in the evening after everybody was home and done for the day. All right, calling it. Oh, I like fun, fun, fun. Overlap corner here. All right, I like that. I do like happy life. Feeling pretty happy this week. Be done with stickers. I kind of like live in love down here for Father's Day. If I can find a place to put it. Maybe I'll put it here because it does kind of apply to my whole family and all of us together. I think I'm super lucky. I tell people all the time that I won the kid lottery twice. And even though they are adults now, they're still my kids. So I'm very, very happy um, that they still like us and they still hang out with us. I'm glad. Glad for that. I don't know. I don't think I want to do anymore. I think I'm just gonna journal. There's not a whole lot of space left. So I think I'm just gonna focus on mostly journaling. No. Maybe now is the new later. Maybe I will include that because it does kind of, oh, but it's gonna be, it's a clear sticker and it's pink writing and the background is pink and I don't think it's gonna show up very well. I was just thinking doing it now instead of later is kind of why I'm pushing through all of this headache right now, but maybe not every sticker has to go on every page, right? This is my last sticker book I pulled out. Um, well, here's one that says now, not later. Look at that. Sometimes the universe provides. So I'm just going to layer this right here. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe put this little love sticker right here. Okay. I will speed up the journaling because you don't need to watch me write, and I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so I am back and I realized that I didn't have my audio on for any of the first 11 minutes. Okay, I'm not completely finished, but I'm working on it. I have the Coastal Wilds card in here as a flip. I've added some photos around the edges and I put some paper on so I could do some journaling. I hole punched the corner of it and put in the key tag. My son had his car service this week and we had to go take care of that. I did put all of the birthday photos on the frame. So I was saying earlier, sorry, I forgot that there was no audio for that part. So I wanted to be able to put all the birthday photos on there, but also still have some room to do some journaling and what have you. And it was going to take up so much space that I decided to put them on a frame and then use that as a flip so that I could perhaps put some photos or stickers or things on the backside. I could put a big picture of him because he just turned 19 and it's his birthday and I want to celebrate him. So I'm going to put him there so that the picture peeks out once I get this sorted out. I added in some of the YouTube, come on, brain. So I started my YouTube channel. I made it public this day. The 16th was the first day that I had content posted and I shared it, publicly. I also this week worked on this art journaling. I must be on my way composition in my tiny journal. And so I put a picture of that in there because I love it and it makes me happy. And I went up and visited my sisters and my nieces, and we had a picnic at the park. So I have some stickers, some picnic stickers that I want to use for that. These are the only birthday stickers that I could find in all of my thousands of stickers. I guess I just don't have birthday stuff. I don't know. I looked and looked and looked. I even looked for like birthday cards where maybe I could like cut out happy birthday from the front of it, but they all just said like celebrate or yay or it's your day. I don't know. I just wanted something that said happy birthday. I did find a stamp set. You probably can't see that. But I'm using this round stamp that says wishing you a fabulous birthday. So I have that here. I'm going to pick a color and I'm thinking I might stamp it right there so it shows up inside the frame and on the side of this picture. That's what I'm thinking. I also have some other quote sticker books with some stuff in it that I want to use. I think I'm going to put busy building my empire um, as a kind of as a joke, actually, because, like I said, I just started my YouTube channel, and this was what 2 weeks ago. So I have all of 26 subscribers at this point. So it kind of made me chuckle when I saw "Busy Building My Empire" because I have a long way to go to get to anything resembling an empire. But anyway, it makes me happy. It makes me laugh. So I can use the sticker ironically if I want to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed things up and do some journaling, put the stickers down, finish this page up, and then I will show you what I've got when I'm finished. Okay, folks, I know that I didn't get a chance to talk all the way through this page, but I think I covered the important parts. We went to a wildlife refuge. I have some pictures from my YouTube channels, like early days, an art journal page that I made, quite a bit of um, uh, journaling and photos from my son's 19th birthday. We did put a 31 on his cake, and I remember kind of talking about that a little bit while the camera was not recording audio. We were just joking because he is the most 31 uh 19-year-old you could ever imagine. And we didn't have a candle is why we ended up with 31 on the cake. Just kind of joking. And it's not even a cake, actually. It's funnel cake that we made because he's not a big fan of cake. Anyway, um, So this was the finished page. I also did get a chance to talk through the finished page from June 9th to June 15th, but I think you saw me working on most of it. It's just, you know, uh, random everyday life. That's what I journal about. There's nothing super fancy really going on. Just kind of keeping track of what's happening. Um, I really want to do June 23rd to 29th because I want to be caught up. I don't like being so far behind. And right now we are in the next week. It's July 5th when I'm recording this last bit right here. So I'm very, very close to being caught up. I just can't find, I'm digging around. Oh, there it is. I was digging around on my desk and I couldn't find the stuff that I had saved for the 23rd to the 29th. So I might just keep going. The video is like 45 minutes long at its edited length right now. So it's going to be a long one, but I just want to be done. So we're going to do 4 weeks in one video and I'm going to post it and then I'm going to be able to just get back to my weekly schedule. So I have this scratch off lottery ticket. My husband plays the lottery. I think it's kind of a silly way to spend money because, I have terrible luck and I never win anything. Um, so to me, it's just like throwing money away. But he seems to think that, there's some value in it. So have at it, I guess. But I kept this one. He left it on my desk because he leaves a lot of paper stuff on my desk for me in case I want to use it for something. And I do want to use this as like a flap. Because I needed something kind of bigger to give myself a little bit more space on the page. And so I think this is gonna do it. I might flip up with this one, perhaps. We'll see. I don't really like the the aesthetic of the lottery ticket. I don't know. So I have here a tag from a house plant that I bought to go in my bathroom. Um, I've got some pictures. What do I have? A picture biking at a trail. My husband bought a new car, new to him. He traded in the vehicle that he did have for kind of an older vehicle, actually, in order to, you know, get rid of the big car payment on the new car. Um, and he really didn't like the new car. So it was silly to spend like, so much money on a car payment for a car that he really didn't enjoy. So I think that he's going to like this one a whole lot better. Let's cross our fingers at least. This is the still photo from Here There Be Flowers, which took me about 3 days over the course of this week and many hours of editing and cursing technology and trying to get that video together. I have a picture of my cat. This is Gizmo. She is 15 years old this year and a total brat, completely spoiled. I have a picture of some skewers on the grill. This was actually the first time that we had tried skewers. I don't know. My family is not super adventurous when it comes to eating, so I was excited to try something a little bit different and see if we could find something everybody liked. I'm far more likely to try new stuff than they are. Oh, there's a picture of the vehicle that we got. Book I read. I do tend to kind of put the books sort of down at the bottom of the page. This is just an image of 90 Day, or not 90 Day Fiance. So sorry, Married at First Sight, which my husband and I are watching as kind of like that's our current binge, our current guilty pleasure. I have a picture of the art class that I teach and a picture of the page that I made that night. So I might put those somewhere. I've got this one I want to tuck in here. Picture of the dog. Since I printed a picture of the cat, I figured I'd print a picture of the dog as well. This is him on the way home from grooming with his little Petco bandana on. He looked cute. This is, oh, I should put this. I printed this one kind of big. I really like this. It's a picture of all of my art journals spread out. I took this at the art class where I teach because I often set my journals up before class so that as students are filing in, they can see some different inspiration pages and they can flip through the journals and take a look at what they might want to be doing. So I will put that with these other art pictures. I have two pictures from my husband and I just being silly. We went, kind of mall wandering and we were trying on hats. So he has like a fluorescent yellow hat on with a big smiley face on it, and I'm wearing a cowboy hat in this one. And then a little bit later, he tried on this like headband, and I had to snap a picture of it. It was kind of funny. So I have these pictures printed out, and I want them to go on the page somewhere. And then I also have these are the key tags from his old car and his new car. So I thought I would maybe try to incorporate those on the page. And I am apparently completely addicted to Gardenscapes on my phone. I have reached 10,000 levels this week. So, yeah, kudos to me for that very productive use of my time. Um, yeah, anyway, I definitely tend to want my hands busy. Like if I'm just sitting and watching TV, I want to be doing something with my hands. So I kind of play Gardenscapes obsessively just to keep my hands busy. I don't have to think too hard at it. I mean, sometimes occasionally I do. Um if it's like a hard level or something, but like for the most part, it's kind of brainless and I can just play without having to divide my attention too much. Maybe I'll put this on the front and then I'll put the pictures from the class on the back. That sounds like a good way to do it. And then I can retain a little bit of this. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to retain a little bit of this lottery ticket aesthetic. All right, so probably what I'll do here is not talk while I kind of arrange and figure these out and glue these down. And I'll just pop back in at the end once I get them all glued down and we can see where I ended up. Okay, folks, I'm back and I've got all of my pictures glued down. I decided sort of where I wanted to put things and I have them all on the page. I just want to do maybe some stickers and some lettering and some journaling. There's not a whole lot of space on this page for journaling, but we're going to do what we can. I kind of want to do some hand lettering here. I thought I had a sticker somewhere that said out with the old, in with the new, but I can't find it. I've looked through a couple of different sticker books where I thought it was, and I don't think I can find it. I just haven't been able to find it. So I'm not going to keep digging around and looking for it. I'm just gonna write it out. I'm just grabbing some brush markers. I've got some like orange, if you can, like the orange here, the orange in the Coastal Wilds card, then down here and this. So I kind of would like to pull some orange across the page, but I don't think that orange is going to look very good. I don't think orange writing on top of the blue background is going to look good. I think it's going to look muddy and kind of terrible, actually. So I might try to do it on white paper, cut it out and see how that goes. And if not, I might just go with a color that will work on the page. This is like a purple. So I will probably speed you up for this and we'll be back in just a couple of seconds and we'll see what I ended up doing. All right, so I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put it here. Yeah, no, I'm just going to go with it right here. Ta-da! That's what we're doing. I might add some outlining to this once I get it glued down. It's kind of flat with just the single color, so I might go in and zhuzh it up a little bit. But I think it's a good sentiment. Um, this car buying process. I'm sorry if I offend anybody with this, but it is going to take, I'm definitely going to use some of my F word stickers because, oh, shoot, I absolutely hate buying cars. I hate the whole process. I hate every part of it from beginning to end. And, um, and my husband loves it. He loves cars and buying cars. And so we go through this constantly where he's looking for a car and sending me cars and wants me to talk about cars and look at cars, and I just want to bury my head in the ground, honestly. So yeah, so this is the culmination of like 6 months of back and forth conversation about what car are we going to get and what are we going to do and how are we going to do it, and do we get an old car, do we get a new car, do we get this car or that car. Oh, I'm so glad it's over. So yeah, just glad that that is over with. I'm going to put this was from one of the sticker sheets that I had out the other day. I'm going to put adultish here. I'm hoping that it'll show up even on the, eh, it's not, it's not great. Maybe I can do it over here. It still doesn't show up super great. Maybe we'll put it on here and cut it out like we did the other ones. Of course. Yeah, I picked up a little bit of the ink from the photo when I stuck it down to see how it looked. So it looks a little funny, but I do not ever intend for my journals to be like perfect, you know, in any way, really. So I don't care. Um, I I realize that in the grand scheme of things, what I'm doing here with this creative journaling is, you know, it's really just a hobby. I'm just doing it for me. So I really don't mind if there's a little smudge on the sticker or if something isn't straight or I don't know. Like over here on this page, I was trying to audition this Make It Happen sticker and just see if it would show up, and it stuck. I got like a corner of it stuck, and then when I tried to peel it up, it was going to peel the whole thing off, and I was like, "Oh well, here it lives now." Um so you can't really see it and it doesn't, look like anything, but it's, that's the way things go. That is how it goes. I'm going to speed you up and do some journaling. Okay. I have got my stickers down. I've done all of my journaling. I've got 4 weeks all caught up. I am ready to go. So, quick overview. This was June 2nd through the 8th. I have a little corner tuck spot and some tags with a little bit of journaling on the back of them about what was going on. I have a flip here with some journaling on the back. I've incorporated some photos, some journaling, and this air freshener along with my stamp that I got from Amsterdam. This week we did 2 flips, one for Evan's birthday so that we could get all of the photos on the page and still do some journaling, and one for the wildlife rescue park that we visited. And then this page, I've got one flip and a little, this is like one of those little, uh, um, I don't know what they're called. Let me see if I can find them. And I still don't have the package to tell what they are. But they kind of flip open. The back is sticky and then they flip open so that you can do some journaling. So I put that down and I put the photo on the front and did some journaling on the inside just to give myself a little extra space there. Um, so yeah, that's all of June. And now I'm going to, in the next video, I will be working on the first week in July. I did use staples because I thought that the plastic of these car tags was maybe going to be hard to stick. And so I stapled them down. Well, this one didn't staple very well. I might have to fix that one. But I will just have to keep in mind on the next page, uh, so that I'm like gluing something over those staples so that they don't end up catching. Um, It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, I'm all caught up. I feel so much better. This has really been weighing on me, so I'm glad that I got it done. I mean, creative projects should not really weigh on you. They shouldn't feel heavy. Um, but I just feel better when I'm a little closer to being caught up. That's all. And then I can create other things without feeling like I'm leaving something kind of undone. So happy that I got it done. Gonna try and keep this video under an hour. It is 4 weeks worth of journaling, so I feel like 15 minutes per week is a reasonable amount of time. And yeah, I'm out of words. I'm done. If you made it to the end and you're still here, then hopefully you'll be interested in subscribing so that you can see more in the future. Hopefully they won't be this long. Have a great day, folks. I will see you in the next video.